with my beautiful wife, Karina. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for your green card live stream. And Karina is looking real low there in the chair. Nobody can see her. She needs to sit up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. She's just short. It's time for your green card K1 Visa live stream, and I've got the Mountain Dew salutes ready to go. I've got plenty of mega pixie dust ready to go. If you have any questions on how to process your K1 Visa or your green card application or your spousal visa, you can ask me right here. I've got 11 and a half years experience processing K1 visas, green cards, etc., spousal visas, even tourist visas. But tourist visas are getting a little difficult to get these days, okay? And Imran Hussein, hi Imran, what's going on? How are you doing? How's your family? Brownie, RSPS, hello Diego, hope you're doing well. Currently under tornado watch. Oh, really? And you're in Missouri, right? With a 15% moderate risk. So that's fun. Well, if you're under a tornado watch, then you better know where all the tunnels are or the shelters that you can go to. I'm sure you know where they are, right? That's not good. Imran, everything good? My neighbor passed away in Pakistan. Oh no, we're sorry to hear that. That's not good. We don't want to hear bad news. I hope his family's okay and handling that, taking care of business. Sad news indeed. Christopher, Greece. Good evening, Diego and Karina. What's going on? Now, Brownie and Christopher are both members of this channel. Imran, hi Karina, hola, ¿cómo estás? Karina says, she said she's good. And how are you? Christopher, sorry to hear. Yeah, it's bad news. Brownie, we know where the shelters are. Thank you. It's still pretty scary though. Yeah, it's be scary. I mean, I've been through so many hurricanes. I mean, they suck, right? You don't want your house to get wiped out. You say, please don't hit my house. Go the other way. But that's kind of bad too. You don't really want your neighbor's house to get hit either, but you don't want your house to get hit. So what do you do? Brownie, sorry to hear about Imran. And you're good? Good job, Imran. Hang in there, okay? And Christopher says hello to Brownie and Francois Livingston from upstate New York. Good, Diego and Karina. We're always good. So I want to give Francois the first Mountain salute today. She's surviving this green card process, and Hamid's going to get his green card. And she also has to put up with living in upstate New York, which is kind of hard living in New York right now. I don't know how you guys live in New York with that insane government. I mean, the governor. I mean, even Illinois has issues too. But anyway, let me see. Imran, hey Diego, how do you figure out for the time frame? Well, the time frame. Well, what time frame are we talking about? Come on, give me more information here. Come on, Imran. For CR1, that's a spousal visa. Conditional residency spousal visa is taking about around 18 months to get processed, depending on if there's any extra stuff that has to be done. Okay, extra investigations, etc. But about 18 months. That's from the NOA1 letter. But you got to file I-130 for a CR1 spousal visa, and you got to upload documents. Since 2023, you should be hearing already. Don't you have does your wife not have? Yeah, you're the sponsor, but doesn't your wife have a green card interview yet at the embassy in Islamabad, Pakistan? She should be already there. She needs to be calling the embassy, checking in with them, and you got to call the embassy in Islamabad. So, hey, what's going on? Email the National Visa Center. Say, what's the status? What's going on with my spousal visa? Christopher, shake that pixie dust, Diego, for transit to the embassy tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Well, that is going to happen. You got the K1 Visa green card, super lucky 2025 mega pixie dust right here. And that's going to be all over that Christopher's in transit for the embassy. Just get her done, right? And Francois Livingston, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, yeah, Francois and Hammond, you guys are right there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Hamid's gonna get his green card, and then once he's got his green card in his hand, I would be looking for moving out of freaking New York State. I mean, with your qualifications, Francois, don't get embedded in New York with Hamid. Get embedded in a different place where you don't get ripped off by the government with crazy, insane taxes. You make good money in New York, but you give half of it to the freaking government. Go to a different state. You mentioned North Carolina. Make good money there or somewhere else, and keep most of your money instead of giving it to the government. I mean, California and New York, those states, and also Illinois, okay, and Vermont a little bit. They just love to the government loves to steal your money. The government loves to put their hand in your wallet and take your money. You sweat, you got all this sweat equity, you work hard, and the freaking government takes the money. And what do they do with it? Who knows, right? Christopher says, hello, Francois. 2023, Imran. You should be contacted the National Visa Center with inquiries and also the embassy in Islamabad. You think it will be September? Or you're documentarily qualified, right? You are documentarily qualified for the spousal visa. You uploaded all your information to the NVC SIAC website. You applied for the 45 in November 2024. Raj Malhotra. Let me see here. Francois, we're talking about relocating. Yeah, Francois, I lived in Staten Island, okay? And my aunt, she used to work in the World Trade Center. The first World Trade Center, not the World Memorial Center, the Trade Center. She worked on the 84th floor for an insurance company. So I used to go run across the Staten Island ferry every now and then, go up to the World Trade Center and hang out with her, etc. And then we had the blizzard of 82, the snowstorm came in, and I said, I'm not living here anymore because of the weather. I'm so glad I got out of New York State, because the taxes in 2025 it's like freaking daylight robbery. The government is stealing from you guys, big time, just my opinion, in taxes. And you guys put up with it. I don't know how you put up with it. Raj Malhotra, hi Diego and Karina, how are you? We're good. I got a letter for an interview after 1 month. Is your interview? Oh, Raj, that's a Mountain Dew salute right there, Raj. Good job. That's excellent. Christopher Reese, I'm in North Carolina now, but I may move away. My kids graduate school. Look, there are about 5 states in the United States of America where you don't pay income tax to the state. Florida, Texas, okay, Washington State, Tennessee, Nevada. Those 5 states off the top of my head, if you live there, the government doesn't steal money from your wallet when you work hard to provide for your family. You got to pay your federal taxes, okay, so we can pay for Biden's hospital bills. We hope he gets well soon. And I'm sad to hear that he's so sick, but we're paying for his hospital treatments, okay? Federal taxes have to be paid, right? But it's important that you don't pay money to your state. They make enough money from tourism, from sales tax, from car tag taxes, from property taxes. So in Florida, I don't pay any taxes, nor does Karina. We don't pay taxes to the state of Florida, but we do pay taxes to the federal government, okay? Every year we file our income taxes last year, and we're going to file our income taxes in 2026, right before her 10-year green card interview. Let me see here. So you're in North Carolina, Christopher. Boogeyman, hey Diego, how you been doing, man? It's nice seeing you. The hair is getting longer and longer. It looks great. Yeah, I'm retired. My hair will be as long as Karina's in the next few years. If I ever get my hair cut. I'm a beach bum now. I retired from the Navy. My whole life I've had my hair short, except when I was a teenager in high school, right? So so for my whole life I've always had short hair or no hair. And then I retired. I said, okay, I'm done. I retired from this real estate thing. I'm retiring from selling cars and Mercedes-Benz. I'm retiring from the military, blah, 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 blah. I just haven't got my hair cut. My neighbors are looking at me like, what the heck? Diego's hair is getting longer and longer. That's their problem if they want to stare at it, but I like it. Karina likes it. Imran, okay, Imran. Raj, I applied for the green card in November of 2024, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So by August, September of this year, you should be hearing from immigration. Okay. Boogeyman, I submitted my case around 28 February. Already got an interview coming up 24 June. Oh, great news. That's a Mountain Dew salute. Very good. That's good news, Boogeyman. Because that's next month. That's right around the corner. June will be here. July will be here. You know, and Francois will get Hamid his green card before she knows it. It'll be in his hand. Imran, I got my first letter 2024 December. So you're close then. You should be, but you need to be contacting the embassy and the MVC. Check in. You got to check in. You got to maintain contact with these people. Brownie RSPS. Unfortunately, my I-485 and I-765 are being processed at the National Benefit Center, which is kind of known for being slow. The NBC is the National Benefit Center. Well, no, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, Chris Brownie. Relax. You're good. Listen, immigration, they want to get these green cards processed as quickly, just as you want to get them processed quickly. They do. Immigration don't like holding on to documents. They want to get them done. They want to get it processed. Okay. Christopher Reese, 84th floor. 84th floor. What are you talking about? Raj, interview tips, please. Same sex couple here. I remember, Raj, you're good. You just got to be in business casual attire. You got to know everything about each other. Okay. You got to know everything about each other. Family, living arrangements, the city where you both are going to live. I mean, Karina, when she goes for her 10-year green card interview next year, they could ask Karina any questions, you know. Karina, where do you go? Where do you go shopping? I go Walmart. Okay, what street's Walmart on? It's on this street. What other stores do you shop in? Well, I go in Publix sometimes. Okay, where's Publix located at? It's on this street. What's your husband Diego's middle name? Well, it's this. Does your husband Diego have a brother? Yes. What's his name? Oh, it's this. Where does he live? He lives over here. They're going to ask you questions that only an intimate relationship will understand and know the answer to. Okay? You may be lucky. You go to a green card interview, they may ask you hardly any questions at all. Hardly any. It all depends on the interview officer and how strong of a green card package you put together. What in the world? Hello, Diego. Need to get in touch. My email address and my phone number is in the members only section of the channel. You remember what Wyden's World? We're glad you remember. We appreciate you signing up as a member. But if you want to contact me, you can text me anytime you want. But you got to get the phone number from the members section. So go into the channel, look for members only videos, look for contact information. Then you will find my phone number and cell phone number as a member, and then you can text me. I mean, I was on the phone today talking to somebody, helping them with their K1 visa application. I was talking on the phone. Where did they get my phone number from? Well, they're a member of the channel, and they got the phone number from the members section of the channel. Go to the member section, look for Contact Diego, click on that video, and you'll get my phone number and you'll get my email address. Wyden's World. You got it? Wyden World. I want you to contact me so I can help you, but I'm not putting my phone number out here publicly. Let me see here. Raj, after the interview, how long will it take to know the results? It would be that day. They'll tell you right then. Christopher, North Carolina has it figured down to the dollar. Never getting nothing back for you, or you pay. I claim single and 2 at the end of the year and still get nothing, even claiming single and 0 all year long. Well, you know, you have to pay state tax. I'm sad to hear that, okay? Like I said, in Florida, Nevada, Texas, Tennessee, Washington State, you don't pay income tax to the state. Okay, the money you make, you keep. except when you pay the federal income tax by the April 15th of every year, right? You pay your income tax. Now, Corinne and I, we filed jointly, our income taxes, we filed jointly. And now we're going to file jointly again next January. And then she'll have her green card interview with 2 joint tax returns to bring to the interview with us, plus all the other stuff that we're going to bring. What in the world? Come on, look in the members only section, find the videos that says contact Diego, click on the video, watch it. It's about a minute long. Boom, there's my phone number. You can then text me and call me or email me. Christopher, Brownie, what part are you in? I can't recall. Francois, crossing the fingers and toes. Oh, Francois, you've got this, okay? Hamid, here's more pixie dust for Hamid. Okay, I'm always putting the pixie dust for Hamid because we're pulling you over the finish line. Pulling you over the finish line. Almost there, okay? And Raj, I applied the 25th of November for 485. That's the green card. Yesterday, I got an interview in June. Very good, Raj. And how do you figure out the online time frame? The online time frame is never correct, okay, for CR1 or for any visa. It says it's taken 2 years to approve a 10-year green card, but it's not taken 2 years to approve a 10-year green card. But what has changed with immigration is the forms, the I-129F for the K-1 visa application. It's changed. The 485 has changed. So before you submit your K-1 visa application, okay, Mr. American Citizen Sponsor, make sure you check the correct edition of the form. Okay? Don't send in a K-1 visa application with an expired form and then you'll be getting everything sent back to you. Rejected. And they stamp all this stuff all over it so you can't use those forms anymore. Then you got to redo everything. Let me see. Harold A. Hey, Diego, I have the interview in June, but my question is that my wife hasn't got her shots. Is that normal? Okay. Let me explain something to you, Harold. If you go to a visa interview in June, or it's a green card interview, right? And your wife doesn't have any vaccinations, she's not going to get her green card. She's going to be told to get on a plane and fly back to wherever she came from. They're going to deny her right there on the spot. Okay? When you apply for a 2-year green card, you must have all your vaccinations up to date and included in the 2-year green card application, plus a repeat medical exam on a 693. So did the doctor, when you had the medical exam in the United States for the green card, did the doctor recertify her vaccinations? If she hasn't got her vaccinations and she goes to the green card interview and she doesn't have proof of her vaccinations, she will not get a green card. They'll say, no, sorry. And the airport is right down the road there. You can go ahead and get on a plane and go home. I'm serious. That's how strict they are with the vaccinations. And you are, as the American Citizen Sponsor, responsible for making sure your beneficiary has all of her vaccinations. So tomorrow, if you haven't got the proof of the vaccinations, you need to get them done before the green card interview. And you bring the vaccination records to the green card interview. Otherwise, there's going to be problems, and don't be crying in your milk, because I'm telling you right now, on May 19th, 2025, if you don't have a repeat medical exam and recertification of vaccinations, you won't get a 2-year green card. You got to do it. You got to get it done. And immigration is going to schedule a green card interview for you because they're going to assume that you know that you need to have vaccinations you got to prove the vaccinations. They're just trusting you to get it done. But if you show up for the interview and you don't have any proof of vaccinations and immigration's never seen her vaccination records, she's not going to get a green card. I'm just telling you how it is. I don't want you to be all upset and angry and crying and sad, because it's very easy to get vaccinations. It's easy to do. Christopher Reese, your aunt working on the 84th floor. Yeah, my aunt worked on the 84th floor of the World Trade Center in New York City. But that was before the attack, before those planes flew into the North and South Tower. Now, the World Trade Center was 110 stories high, okay? And I used to go up to the 110th floor and just hang out and look at the view across New York City. But she worked on the 84th floor for an insurance company. I think she worked in the North Tower. Let me see here. But she didn't get killed in the World Trade Center terrorist attack. She retired long before that. You know, oh, this is 1982. I think she retired in 1988, something like that, off the top of my head. Imran, how do you figure out the online time frame? I don't pay attention to what USIS says on their online time frames. Harold, you got to get your wife's vaccinations done, or you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. And Imran, don't they chart for interview information? What do you mean, do they chart for interview information? You go to a green card interview, they ask you questions. It's a pass or fail, okay? And dress business casual and know everything about each other. I know everything about Karina. She knows everything about me. There's nothing she knows all about me. I know all about her. If we were to go to a green card interview today, we're not worried about it. They can ask her anything she wants. She'll know the answer to it. They asked her 12 questions at the Scary Visa interview in Bogota, Colombia. They asked her 13 questions, 12 questions. And she answered them, boom, 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 boom. And she never made one error. And she said, what else you got? And then they asked her, how did you establish your relationship with Diego? And she started to say, well, we've been dating for what? Almost 3 years now. And then he said, okay, you. And she said, and she started to go into how we met each other. And he said, no, you're good. You passed your visa interview. And she said, well, you just asked me a freaking question. Let me answer the question. And he said, no, you're good. You're good. So she passed her K1 visa interview in Bogota, Colombia on question 13, which she wasn't allowed to finish. And then she got a 221G to get an Interpol police certificate, because apparently we had the Colombian police certificate and the Venezuelan police certificate, but she needed an Interpol police certificate because she lived in Colombia for 6 years. So we got that, which took another 4 weeks. It means I got to spend another month in Colombia, and my tourist visa was getting closer and closer to expiration. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be an illegal immigrant in Colombia here pretty soon if we don't get this freaking Interpol police certificate. And then we got her police certificate, and then we flew to the United States in January of 2024. And Karina's looking out the window, and she sees the skyline of Miami. She's like, hey, there's Miami Beach. Check it out. Let me see. Your wife hasn't got her shots. Harold A., your wife's got to get her vaccinations for the green card, or she's not going to get it. Brownie to Christopher, Southwest Missouri. Raj, how long will the interview go? Depends on the immigration officer. 5 minutes, 20 minutes. It all depends on the immigration officer and how busy they are at the embassy. Okay, don't overthink it. Don't sweat it. Christopher Reese, no, I mean, what part of the visa journey you're in? Sorry. What part of the visa journey is Karina in? Karina has her 2-year green card. She went through the K1 visa. Then she went to the visa interview. After I scheduled the visa appointment and the biometrics and paid the consular fee, submitted the DS-160. Okay. I filled it out, and I was going over on the phone with Karina because the American citizen sponsor can fill out the DS-160 for the beneficiary if she doesn't speak English or he doesn't speak English. But on the DS-160, you have to say, yeah, Diego, I helped with this form. And immigration says, okay, you helped her with the form, no problem. But you got to say you helped her with the form or him. She got her 2-year, she got the NOA 1 letter. She got the NOA 2 letter. Okay. Then we scheduled the visa interview. Then she went to the visa interview. She got a biometrics done in Bogota, Colombia. And then we flew to the United States in January of 2024. And then in June of 2024, she got her 2-year green card. And in March of 2026, we're going to apply for her 10-year green card. And then in March or April of 2027, we're going to apply for U.S. citizenship for her. And then June, Karina starts school for English lessons. So she should be up to par by then. Let me see. Christopher. So what part of the visa journey are we in? We have Karina's 2-year green card. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting the 2 years, which will be next March of 2026, and then we're going to go apply for her 10-year green card. Now remember, when you get your 10-year when you apply for the 10-year green card, you don't have to include the I-94. You don't have to get a medical exam for the 10-year green card. You don't have to put a copy of the K-1 visa in there. Okay, but you do have to put a biographic copy of the biographic page of both the U.S. citizen and the beneficiary's passport. Okay, plus you can throw in there the NOA2 letter if you want, but it's irrelevant at this point. When you lift in the conditions off of a 2-year green card, you have to show evidence of living together for 2 years, plus plus your entire relationship. So when we submit for Karina's 10-year green card, we're going to have pictures from 2021 all the way to 2026. So immigration is going to see a timeline, right, of what? Of 21, 22, 6 years. Let me see here. Chris, the documents to prepare for an interview. For a green card interview, what documents? You got to bring the birth certificate, a copy and the original, a copy of the original. You got to bring the passport. You got to bring the police certificates from whatever countries you've lived in for 6 months or longer. You got to bring, if you're married and going through a spousal visa for the green card, you got to bring the marriage certificate. So if you got married in Colombia or in Pakistan, wherever you got married, you got to show the marriage certificate. If it's in a foreign language, you got to get it translated into English with an ATA number. You got to have a certified ATA number for your translation, or else immigration may not accept it. You can't ask Uncle Vito next door to translate your document into Italian into English. Uncle Vito can't do that. It's got to have an ATA number. Okay. So when you go to the green card interview for the spousal visa, you got to bring the marriage certificate, the birth certificate plus a copy of the marriage certificate, the original marriage certified copy of the marriage certificate, pictures of your relationship, continued proof of communication with each other, etc. Okay, that's how you do it. Let's see here. Christopher says, nice brownie. A brownie RSPS. And Karina's telling me I got to go up a little bit higher. And where are we at? John Labatt. John, don't be missing out. John's a member of the channel. And then Christopher says, make sure you identify who you are when you text him. Yeah, when you sign up as a member, okay, you can go into the members only section of the channel and get my phone number and email address. I'm not going to put it out here publicly so for all those freaking lunatic hackers around the world can try to hack into the channel, okay? So in order for me to give you my email address and phone number, I got to know who's got it. And the only way I can do that is to create a membership. I would much rather be doing this for free, but YouTube said, if I want to protect the information, create a membership. So I did. $9.99 a month. It's the cheapest I could get it from YouTube. You become a member. You got my phone number. You have my email address. I got 11 and a half years experience doing this. I've helped hundreds of people get their green cards and K-1 visas approved. You can call me. I was on the phone today helping somebody. So that's correct. Modern World, if you just look for my number, and when you text me, identify yourself as Modern World. Hey, Diego, this is Modern World. I'm a member of your channel. Well, it's actually your channel, not my channel. I know how to do this already. And I want you to help me with my green card or K-1 visa. But if you text me and say, hey, if you say hi, I'm like, hi, what? Who is this? Identify yourself. That way I know who you are. Okay? And then I will add your phone number into my phone. I'll put in there, Modern World is a member. And then that way, when you call me, text me, I'll know who you are from then on. But the first time, you got to identify who you are. If you sign up as a member, I got to know who you are. Because you could be sending me a text and I don't know who you are. You haven't identified yourself. I'm not going to respond to it. John Labatt, hello to everyone. I have a few questions. While filling out the DS-160, it's asking, did we ever fill out a DS-160 before? We did, so we said yes. How to pay for the fee? There's no fee for a DS-160. It's free. We did a medical. It asked, And we say, yeah. If you had a medical exam, you say yes. But you don't pay for a DS-160. John Labatt, you fill out the DS-160. You can help your beneficiary. Then you submit it to the embassy or the consulate. Print the confirmation page of the DS-160. Okay? And it's totally free. Then the embassy or the consulate will open up and give you access into the SEAC account, which is the Consular Electronic SEAC. I can't remember the name of it. The SEAC account, Consular Electronic something center, application center. It's the State Department that runs it. Man, I'm getting old. I can't. Seriously. That's where you go in and you look for your country. You go into the SEAC account. You look for your country where your beneficiary is. You click, like I went in Colombia. Oh, Colombia. I clicked on Colombia. Boom. The DS-160 was already at the embassy in Bogota. I paid the consular fee. I scheduled the visa interview and the biometrics. Then I printed the confirmation page of the DS-160, and I put it all together with my financial documents, my W-2s. Back then it was 1099s. I don't get W-2s now, and my 1040, etc. And I brought all that stuff with me. I got on a plane. I called Karina. I said, "Hey, Karina, I've scheduled your secure visa interview in Bogota for November 16th, 2023. The biometrics is on November, 9th of November was the biometrics. And then the medical exam was on November 8th. So I flew to Colombia on October 31st. I flew to Colombia. I got the confirmation page for the DS-160. I've got my tax records. I've got the original I-134 signed. And I brought it all with me to Colombia, and I gave it to Karina. I said, "Hey, here you go, Karina. Here's all the paperwork for the visa interview." Remember, you got to have the original I-134. Now, you can scan your tax records, you can scan your W-2s, 1099s, you can scan that kind of stuff, but you got to have the original I-134 for the interview at the embassy. Okay. Brownie, it took me 12 attempts to do the DS-160. You had to save every single page each time. Timeouts are terrible. Yeah. The reason it times out, okay, is for your security of your information. Modern World, I can't. I'm tired. I don't see it. Modern World. Go into the channel. There are about 35 videos, I think, that are for members only. One of those videos says contact Diego. Look in the heading. Look for the name of the video. Contact Diego. I can call it up right here. You go into the videos that are members only. Look for where it says contact information. Listen, Warden, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make a video tomorrow when Karina's at work, how to contact Diego, and I'll publish it in the member section again. So it'll be a brand new video. Okay? Everybody, John, Christopher, Brownie, Francois, did you have any trouble finding my contact information in the members only videos? Apparently not, because you've been calling me and texting me and emailing me. But tomorrow I will make a brand new video for Warden World with my contact information in it, so that you can find it. Okay, then you can text me and call me. So John Labatt, you're gonna fill out the DS-160 tomorrow. Hello to everyone. I have a few questions while filling out the DS-160. Asking, did we ever fill out a DS-160 before? There's no fee for a DS-160, so you're going to be looking there, for the next million years, looking for a place to pay for a DS-160. There's no place to pay for it because it's a free form. Once you submit it, the embassy gets it. Then you'll get a packet 3, packet 4 email with links on how to pay for the visa interview. Okay. Christopher, do a page and save it. Do a page and save it. Repeat. Raj, documents for an interview, civil documents, financial documents. Christopher said, nice Brownie. Brownie RSPS. It took me 12 attempts to do the DS-160. Christopher, Brownie, heard when doing the DS-160 page, save and do a page and save, etc. Madsen de Farias. Madsen, I like that. Madsen D. Farias. Hi, Diego. I got an update today saying card was produced but not tracking number. How long do you think it will take to arrive? So is it Mountain Dew salute to Madsen, first of all, for getting a green card. Is this for a green card or a work permit? And if the card has been produced, you know where it was produced at, right? In Corbin, Kentucky. So it's either your work permit or it's either your green card, whatever it is, it's going to be coming to you from Corbin, Kentucky. And you will get a tracking number when it gets mailed by USPS. Okay? Karina had her green card mailed to her. I had informed delivery on the cell phone. I looked at the cell phone. It says, you got a mail coming to your house tomorrow or today. And it was from Corbin, Kentucky. And it was Karina's green card. And I told Karina, I said, hey, go check the mail. I already knew what was in the mailbox because I got an email telling me it was there from informed delivery from the postal service. I said, hey, Karina, go check the mailbox. So she went outside. She opened up the mail box and she poured it. She went, hey, look at this. She opened it up. She's like, I'm so happy. Let's see here. How long do you think it will arrive? Probably in about 2 weeks. That's Madsen asking me, how long does it take? About 2 weeks. Give them time to produce it. Remember, it's being produced, whatever it is, the green card or the work permit, is being produced in Corbin, Kentucky. Now, what else is Corbin? Besides being the place where immigration makes green cards and work permits, what else is Corbin, Kentucky famous for? That's where the Colonel Sanders came from. That's where he was raised and born and raised and created Kentucky Fried Chicken. In Corbin, Kentucky. You guys didn't know that, right? You knew it was Kentucky, but you didn't know where. Okay. Madsen DeFarias. God and the Virgin Mary bless you guys. Thank you. We are here for you. We're here for everybody. We're going to help you. Imran, I got it. Very good. Jonathan Brooks, how was the green card interview? Who's that question for? For us? We didn't have a green card interview. Karina got her green card mailed to her because we submitted such a strong green card application, it wasn't necessary for an interview. Christopher Reese, okay, I need help with the DS-160 and also the K2 DS-160. Okay, well, right now I'm doing the live stream, but if you want tomorrow, send me a text, and I can either talk to you on the phone, you're a member of the channel, you can text me, or you can email me what questions you have, and I will help you with the DS-160. Now, the DS-160 for the K2 is no different than the DS-160 for the K1. Except the name's going to change, right? That's the only thing and the date of birth is going to change, and some of the information is going to change in the DS-160. The DS-160 is the application for the K1 visa. The DS-160 is the application for the K2 visa. It's the application, okay? Very important, you don't mess it up. Don't make any mistakes. If you make a mistake, you're putting that visa in jeopardy. Let me see. Christopher, how long do you think this will take us to complete? A DS-160 takes about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to complete. If you don't rush it, per DS-160. When I filled out Karina's DS-160, I went through it slowly. Took me about an hour. Okay? And then I reviewed it before I submitted it to the embassy to make sure there was no mistakes. Christopher, another question. Can I pay both K1 and K2 together, or is it 2 payments? Same question as paying the other fee. This is how it works, Christopher. You pay for the K1 visa consular fee, and then you pay a separate K2 visa consular fee. So you fill out a DS-160 for your fiance, and then you fill out a DS-160 for the K2. Okay, and then the embassy will tell you how to pay for those 2 processes. They'll email you. They're going to send you a packet 3, packet 4 email. They're going to say, okay, we got your DS-160s for your wife or for your fiance and for your stepson or stepdaughter. They will then tell you how to pay for that. Okay, so in my opinion, it's going to be 2 separate fees. You're going to pay for the K1, and then you're going to pay for the K2. And it's easy to do. You can use your credit card for that. But do not use your credit card to pay for the K1 visa application, and do not use your credit card to pay for the green card application. Use a personal check made out to U.S. Department of Homeland Security with no abbreviations. Let me see here. You're going to pay 2 separate fees, Christopher, one for each DS-160. But the embassy was going to explain to you how to do it. Christopher, I wish there was a printed copy of the DS-160 so I can start filling it out. Well, you can get an example, but you got to quit being in a big hurry. Stop being in a rush. When people get in a hurry, they fill out the I-129F for their K1 visa application, but they're not going to submit the K1 visa for 6 months. But they want to get in a big hurry. Well, I want to fill out my I-129F. And they get in a big hurry, and then 6 months passes, and they mail off their K1 visa application, and everything gets sent back to them because they used an expired form. Don't put the cart before the horse. Don't do that. When you get ready to file for your K1 visa, if you are a member of this channel, I'm going to help you with it personally. But if you're not a member of the channel, that's okay. Listen to this advice. You must fill out the I-129F for your K1 visa application a week before you submit it to Louisville, Texas. So that way you get the correct edition form. And then you covered yourself. Warden World, thank you, sir. I'm Diego, Warden World. Look, I'm Diego. My dad is Sir, okay? My dad is 84. He lives in Chiang Mai, Thailand. He married a lady from Thailand. My mom died. He moved to Thailand. He said, I'm not going through all this immigration nightmare. So he goes through the immigration nightmare in Thailand. I think the Thai immigration process is a lot more difficult than the United States. But that was his choice. He lives in Thailand. But I'm Diego. Let's see here. Francois, you're the best, Diego. Well, you getting Francois? You get a Mountain Dew salute for that. And Karina also. Listen, Francois. It was Karina's idea for this channel. Don't forget. I was in Central Colombia with Karina on vacation because I got sick of Bogota, Colombia. I got sick of being cold. Now, Karina's mom from Venezuela is in Bogota, Colombia, visiting her sons right now on vacation. And right away, she got altitude sickness. Then she got the freaking flu because the weather sucks in Bogota. It's horrible. And she's at 10,300 feet above sea level. Oof. But her mom is her mom's good. She's okay now, but she got the Bogota, whatever you want to call it. So I was sick and tired of being in Bogota. Not the people. I love the people, but I couldn't stand the freaking climate. So we went to Villa de Leyva for a vacation. I said, Karina, where can we go in Colombia where it's warm and it's low, it's no mountain, it's low altitude? It doesn't have to be a beach because we live near the beach. And she said, okay, if we go to Villa de Leyva. I said, okay, where's that at? She goes, come. So we got on the bus to this bus station. And then those big tourist buses you can get on at Disney World? Well, we jumped on one of those and we went to Villa de Leyva. And we went to the first hotel and there was nobody open. What the heck? Where are we supposed to live? Where are we going to stay for a week? So we went to another hotel and they were open. And they gladly took my freaking dollars. Oh, yeah, come on. Mi gusta. Dinero efectivo tarjeta. I'll use my credit card. I used my credit card. And then while we were there, we came up for the idea for this YouTube channel, which Karina did. Because I was like, I was looking for something to do. I was in Colombia for a year. I couldn't work in Colombia, but I had a visa for 12 months to live there. Thank you for the Colombian government. Appreciate you. And so we put the channel together, and Karina and I, we jumped on the bus. We went down to downtown Bogota, went into an electronics store called Tektronics. What is it? Caltronics. And I bought a laptop. Everything's in freaking Spanish. And then I started the live streaming from Colombia. Now we're here in Florida doing it. Let me see. Warden World, thank you. You're the best, Diego. Francois, Brownie, RSPS. No, it was easy to find the info. It's easy to find my contact info if you are a member of this channel. Sign up as a member. Maybe you need my help for a month. It's going to cost you what? $9.99. Or you can pay an immigration attorney $5,000 or $6,000 if you want to, which is insane, right? But I'm not an immigration attorney. But how many immigration attorneys have brought somebody to the United States on a K-1 visa? I don't know of any. They just went to law school, passed the bar exam, and they said, oh, I think I'll be an immigration attorney. That sounds like some big bucks there. But I got 11 and a half years of doing this, okay? And you don't need an attorney to do this. You can do it. Let me be your helper. Madison, green card, Diego. So the question is, the green card, you want to know how long does it take to get the green card? Or what is the question, Madison? The update saying card was produced. Oh yeah, the card was produced is for the green card. Well, if your green card has been produced, then in the next 2 weeks, you should get it in the mail. Just wait for it to come in the mail. Christopher, you know Kentucky where the toothbrush invented. I didn't know that. Anywhere else, they would have called it a teeth brush. Oh, come on now. Sorry, I got the strange humor, but couldn't help myself. That's a good joke, Christopher Reese. I think it's funny. Now you want to crack jokes on the channel? I don't have a problem with that. You know, I went to the dentist. I said, hey, I told the dentist, I said, hey, my gums are shrinking. What the heck's going on with my gums, dude? And he said, well, you've been brushing your teeth with Preparation H. Oh, go figure, right? Christopher Reese. Okay, thank you for a clarification on paying, Diego. Yeah, the embassy is going to tell you in a packet 3, packet 4 email. You click on the embassy email, and they send you to a link, which is going to take you to the CIAC, the Consular Electronic Application Center. You look for the country where your beneficiary lives. I found Colombia. I click on Colombia, and it came up with all the information. This is where I paid for the visa fee. Remember, though, the DS-160 is totally free. There's no charge for the DS-160, okay? Somebody messaged me about 2 years ago. They said, Diego, I've been looking for 2 weeks to pay for my DS-160. I said, well, you're going to be looking for another 2 years because there's nowhere to pay for it. It's free form. Madsen, you're going to get your green card from Corbin, Kentucky. You're good. Transit soon, Christopher, for the DS-160 is going to be next. Just relax. When it's in transit, that means it's in an airplane flying, like one of these things, flying to the embassy. When you get the ready status, that's when things can start moving. Christopher, Karina, gotta ask you, like you never pregunta para ti, ¿te gusta Mountain Dew? She likes it a little bit. I like it a lot, but Karina, she likes the Malta, Goya Maltas. No? Okay, a veces. She likes juices, orange juice, pineapple juice. She likes to go to Walmart and buy pineapples, put them in a freaking blender. What she'll do is she'll buy a pineapple or guava. She'll cut the top off of the pineapple. She gets the pineapple. She cuts the top off of it, puts it in a pot for the potting soil, and in a couple of months, she's got a pineapple thing growing out of in the yard. She likes guava. She'll go buy guava and put it in the juicer. She likes melons. I had a shopping list to go to Walmart for Karina. She wanted guavas and what was the other thing? No, otra. Guava y otra es. I couldn't find it. I had to go ask somebody. I said, hey, my wife gave me a list of stuff to buy. Where the heck is the guava? And the lady started laughing. It's over here. Okay. Let's see. Karina she likes Mountain Dew, but she prefers juices from fruit that is fresh. Francois, correction, Karina and Diego are the best. You're good, Francois. Karina knows. She didn't take it. She wasn't offended at all. Christopher's laughing. Raj, do we need to take medicals to the interview? But we already gave during entry to USA on K-1 visa. Place certificate is also with them. Raj, you don't need a place certificate let me see here. Do we need to take if you are under the K1 visa, okay, and you said you already gave the entry to, so you're in the United States already applying for the green card, right? When you apply for the green card, you don't need to include a police certificate in there, but you do have to have a medical exam and a recertification of vaccinations. Okay, Raj, listen. Here's the thing. When you get to America, okay, this is for everybody. You got to repeat the medical exam with a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department to give medical exams for green cards. And you got to recertify the vaccination certificate. Then it gets put into an envelope and it gets sealed up, and you include it in your 2-year green card application. All right. Now, this one person about 6 months ago said, "Oh, I don't have to do that, Diego. I don't have to do that. I got my medical exam in wherever country they were in, and it's good, and it's good." I said, "Okay, you don't listen to me. All I can do is advise you. I can't tell you what to do." And then 3 weeks later, he got an RFE from the immigration. "Where's your medical exam?" This is for the 2-year green card application. So he applied for the 2-year green card, didn't include the medical exam or vaccination research. And immigration said, "Where is it?" They sent him an RFE. "Where is it?" So then he's messaging me saying, "Hey, what do I do? What do I do?" I said, "Go find a civil surgeon in your city who can give green card medical exams and get it done and send it to immigration." And he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't listen to you." I said, "Listen, you don't have to listen to me. It's up to you what you do with the information that I give you. But if you follow my advice and you qualify for the benefit, you're going to get the green card. You get the K1 visa. Just listen to what I say." So question, Raj, do we need to take the medical to an interview? Did you include it? Did you get a repeat medical exam for your green card application? And did you include the 693 in your 2-year green card application with the vaccination research? If you did, then you don't have to bring it to the interview. But if you did not include a medical exam and a certification of your vaccinations in the 2-year green card application, you're going to need to bring it to the green card interview. Vimy Lawler, Vimy, what's going on? Still waiting for my work permit. That's what EAD is, Employment Authorization Document. Well, that means we got to put pixie dust on Vimy Lawler on your work permit, okay? Brownie RSPS, it was easy to find the information to contact Diego. John, he had no problem getting the number. Thank you. You're welcome. Raj, I applied for my green card in November 25th, 2024. Got a letter yesterday for an interview in June. You think it's late time frame? No. It's good. I would be saying, "Thank you, I got an interview." I wouldn't be complaining about the time frame. I'd be saying, "I'm glad I got a freaking interview." You got to look positive. Everything on this channel is always positive, okay? You will get your green card. You will get your K1 visa. You got to be patient. You got to follow directions. You can't make mistakes on the paperwork, okay? You got to sign the paperwork. You cannot pull pages out. There was one person that filed for their K1 visa. I'm trying to remember if he was, I think the beneficiary was in South Africa. Or no, it was Chile. The person was in Chile. The American citizen sponsor pulled out the pages on the I-129F that said, you need a translator. So he filed the K1 visa without the paperwork, the last 3 pages of the I-129F, which said, do you need a translator? You can't do that. That made the I-129F invalid. So everything got sent back to him and said, the paperwork's invalid. When you file an I-129F with immigration, when you get to the page which says, do you need a translator? You put NA. If you don't need a translator, NA, NA, NA. You don't pull pages out and throw them away. You have to complete every single page of a form for immigration. You cannot be USCIS and make up your own forms. Okay? Oh, I don't need this page. I'll toss it away. Can't do that. Pay attention to class. John de Labat, I had no problem getting your number. Mountain Dew salute to John. The phone number and email address. If you want to call me, if you want me to help you personally with this process, sign up as a member. You get my phone number. You can text me anytime you want. I was on the phone today with people helping them with their green card. That was with this one was the K1 visa. Let's see here. Vimy Lawler, hang in there, Vimy. Maga Pixie Dust for you, okay? Let me see. Don't want to miss anybody. John, Raj, they haven't asked me for a medical exam for an interview. I had included it in filing for the 485. Then you're good. Raj, you're perfectly good. Relax on it. Guy Trainer, hello. I'm not sure if you remember. I contacted you a few days ago about getting a duplicate email from USCIS. Well, how did you contact me? I wanted to let you know that my I-130 spouse visa got approved after 14 months. Well, congratulations, Guy Trainer. But how did you contact me? In YouTube, right? You contacted me in YouTube. But I wasn't worried about you, Guy. I knew you were going to get the approval. Raj, do we have to do medical exam by our own? No, Raj. If you included a medical exam in your green card application, you're good to go. 693, form 693, signed by the doctor, plus the medical, plus the vaccination research. Maru, hey Diego and Karina, Maru, what's going on, Maru? And thanks for calling me today, by the way. I was glad to help you. I was driving at the time. I couldn't take the call right away, but we got all your questions answered, right? Maru. Maru's a member of the channel. So Maru she called me up. Hey, Diego. Thanks for answering my questions today. You're fine. I'm glad to help you. That's right. Guy Trainer, you contacted me here on the live stream. Well, we're glad that you have everything squared away. Your I-130 spouse visa got approved. It took 14 months. It takes longer to get a spousal visa through the system than it does for a K1 visa. And what I don't like about the spousal visa is you're separated from each other while you're waiting for the green card. But on the K1 visa, Karina came to the United States and was here with me in the United States while we waited for her green card. And that's why I prefer the K1. Maru, yes, you helped me. Well, a Mountain Dew salute to Maru, because it was good to talk to you on the phone, and we got everything answered for you. And you're in the K1 visa process, right? You're doing great. Everything's moving along. And remember, Maru, you're going to get your K1 visa approved, and we will walk you through it step by step. And you can call me, text me. And like I said, if I don't answer right away, I'm either in the yard up to my neck in, chopping down trees or whatever, or I'm driving. If I'm driving, I won't answer the phone. I'm not going to be scrambling around looking for the phone if I'm driving. I'm not going to do that. Okay. But I'll see that you called, and then I'll call you right back. So what questions do we have? Now, other good news is this also. I got notified today from this the company I do business with, that they have my camera on the way for my second YouTube channel. Okay, this YouTube channel is for you guys. This is your channel. But I'm making a YouTube channel about aliens and extraterrestrials, and it's called the J-Rod Files. I don't know if you can see it. They're right above my shoulder. There you go. That's the name of the YouTube channel right there. But I got the camera coming this way. Let's put Karina back on page. The camera's on the way. I got the teleprompters and everything. I got all the equipment I need so I can start putting this second channel together. Remember, I may be retired 3 times, but I never retired. Now I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing this for you guys, and I'm going to create the alien channel for myself because I love stuff like that, Don't forget to buy souvenirs. When I was in Colombia with Karina, all right, that was in Dracula. We were in Colombia. I said to Karina, look, we're not coming back here for about 4 years because we're going to go through the K1 visa. We're going to go through the green card. We're going to go through the 10-year green card. And then we're going to go and get the U.S. citizenship. So we're gonna. We went into this intent. We were in central. We were everywhere we went. We were buying souvenirs. We went into this one place in Bogota in the market, and the lady was selling souvenirs. And I was watching her selling souvenirs. She'd sell one for like $1. Then she sold another one to somebody, another freaking cheap tourist from I don't know from Peru. It was cheap. El Cheapo didn't want to spend any money, right? And I'm watching, and I said, Karina, hey, let's make this lady's day. She goes, okay. So I got in there. I told Karina, I said, buy everything you want from this lady, right? And Karina was with Andrea. Now Andrea is Karina's sister-in-law. She's my sister-in-law. So there was Karina and Andrea, okay? And they were like, I want this. I told her to do it. So we must have bought $250 worth of souvenirs from this one lady, right? At least. And I said, I didn't have the cash on me, so I used my credit card. And I said, add another $10 on top of the credit card, so you don't get hit with the service fee. So we spent $260 on this. That right there is enough money for that lady to support herself for what? For a month at least. She was a happy camper, and I made a video about part of it. Okay, let me see. Raj, you're good on the medical exam. Don't worry. Guy Trainer, how long is it taking USIS to deliver an I-130 to the NBC? How long is it taking USIS? It's about 90 days. It's the longest you're going to wait. It's 30 days to 90 days. Maru, thanks for answering my questions today on the phone. Guy Trainer, I contacted you right here on the live stream. You can do that. And Raj, I only wrote a letter, Form 693, I think, and submitted vaccination proof, but I haven't included any medical exams. You included the medical exam when you filed for the green card, right? So far, I've only done one medical packet, which I gave during my entry on the K1 visa. Karina had her medical exam in Bogota, Colombia. It cost me $400, something like that. She had a chest x-ray done, and she got some vaccinations updated. When she got to the United States, so that was her medical exam for the K1 visa interview. She passed the medical exam. She got her K1 visa. When she got to the United States of America, we got her scheduled for a medical exam for her green card, which I scheduled. The administrative assistant emailed me, I need to see Karina's vaccination records. Boom. I emailed him. The administrative assistant said, okay, Diego, your wife's vaccinations are up to date. Her medical exam is on this day at 9:30 in the morning. We drove over to Pensacola, Florida. We had her green card medical exam. Took about an hour and a half. The doctor signed a brand new 693. He recertified her vaccination records. He put it in a sealed envelope, sealed it up, and gave us a copy and said, Karina, here's your medical exam for your green card. That went in her 2-year green card application in a document protector. So Karina had 2 medical exams, one in Colombia and one here in Florida. She got her green card in 3 months. Okay? So Raj, if you got to pay attention to class, okay? I can't do this for you. I can explain to you what you got to do, but I can't do it for you. You got to do it. Eric Klein. Eric's a member of the channel. Hello, Diego and beautiful Karina. I have a quick question. Tengo rápido pregunta. How long does it take to get a spousal visa start to finish? 18 months. 18 months is the quickest I've seen it. Spousal visa is about 18 months. I recommend going through the K1 visa process, because that way you can bring your beneficiary to the United States while you're waiting for the green card, instead of being separated. Now, the green card, the K1 visa is more expensive than a spousal visa, okay? But you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting in the same country together. What I did, though, was I moved to Colombia for almost 3 years. We dated each other. I wanted to make sure. She wanted to make sure everything was good. So we lived together for almost 3 years. And here we are. It takes about 18 months, Eric. John Labatt, question adjustment of status. I think it says include the I-129F. No, you don't include Form I-129F when you adjust status. We mailed the original or make out an updated I-129F. When you are applying for a green card, when you are adjusting status to a 2-year green card, you do not file Form I-129F. You only file Form I-129F when you are applying for the K-1 visa. When you are applying for the green card, you file 485, 864, 693, I-94, vaccination recert, etc. Those are the 5 mandatory forms, plus your marriage certificate, etc. You don't file an I-129F when you are adjusting status for a green card. It's not necessary. You don't file a Form I-130 when you are adjusting status for a green card if you came to the United States on a K-1 visa. If you come to America on a K-1 visa, you don't have to file a Form I-130. You file Form 485. There's so many people get confused, okay? And I unconfuse you. If you hang out on this channel long enough, like some folks do, they learn so much. I mean, that's why we're here. If your I-129F is outdated, it doesn't matter if you are filing for a 2-year green card. John, you're applying for a 2-year green card, right? You don't need an I-129F. Raj, so we have to do a medical exam again for green card. Yes, you do. And do we have to do it by our own? No, you cannot use your own doctor. I'm retired military, and I figured it would be a great idea to get Karina's medical exam done on the military base. But immigration won't let you do that. You have to get the medical exam repeated in America by a civil surgeon authorized by the U.S. State Department. Okay, so go into Google. You get to America. You're in America on a K-1. Welcome to the United States. We're glad you're here. Now you need to tell your American citizen sponsor to get off his butt. Google green card doctor or doctor for green card, and then the name of the city. Okay, so let's suppose you live in I don't know, Miami, Florida. You type in there civil surgeon for green card medical exam, Miami. Boom! Then Google's going to come up with a list of doctors. Then you can pick one. You go to the doctor, and don't ask me how much it costs, because everybody has their own price. For each doctor has their own price for a green card exam. If you live in California, okay, Raj lives in Los Angeles. Okay, well, you best be looking. You just type in there civil surgeon, green card medical exam, Los Angeles. And then you'll get a list of doctors who can do green card medical exams. You go to the doctor, you schedule an appointment with that particular, you pick the doctor you want, as long as it's on that list approved by the U.S. government, and you're good to go. Thanks, Diego. Well, I want to put mega pixie dust all over your medical exam, okay? And a Mountain Dew salute because you're paying attention to class. If you pay attention, class, you're going to get your green card. You got it, right? Raj, for the green card interview, what forms do I fill out? For the green card interview, you don't fill out any forms. You just go to the interview and bring the documents with you that you get in the letter. So you get a letter from immigration. Your green card interview is on this day, at this time, at this location. Right? And they're going to list the stuff you got to bring. Your marriage certificate, your tax returns, your passport, etc. But you don't have to fill out any forms. You're good. Barca, what documents do we bring to the green card interview? And supporting documents. Marriage certificate, tax returns. You may have a copy of the 485. Hopefully you have a copy of the 485 and the 864. Make copies of all that. Pictures of your relationship. Proof that your beneficiary is on the phone bill, the electric bill, the trash bill, the gas bill, the sewer bill, Karina's on every freaking bill that comes in this freaking house. My name and Karina's name. She's on. You bring bank account statements with you. Bank statements. Go to a green card interview. Bring your last 6 months worth of bank statements or 12 months worth of bank statements with you. Okay? You're going to get a list. Immigration is going to tell you what they need to see. Don't panic. Don't be a panicant. All right? Relax. And thanks, Diego, from Raj. John Labatt. Okay, thanks. Maybe I was thinking embassy interview. You're past the embassy interview. When you file for the 2-year green card, okay, the conditional residency card, CR1 green card, you don't file an I-129F, okay? You don't file an I-130. You file a 485, an 864, a 693, vaccination recert, the I-94, the biographic page of the K-1 visa, okay, and the passport of the American citizen sponsor plus the beneficiary and any K-2s. And remember, if you bring a K-2 to the United States of America, you got to file 2 separate green card applications for each person. Let's suppose you bring 2 children from, I don't know, let's say our friends in India. Beautiful India. We got friends in beautiful India. So we have a U.S. citizen sponsor, brings a lady from India, from, let's say, Mumbai, and her 2 children. You're going to file 3 green card applications and pay 3 green card fees for each person. And you can include them all in the same FedEx box. Okay, I'm saying FedEx now because I'm not very happy with UPS right now. I ordered something from UPS and we got a 24-hour delay on the package. I'm like, great, this is stuff I need for my second YouTube channel, and I got to wait another freaking day because UPS says we got a slow delivery. So I recommend just use FedEx, but use UPS if you want, or DHL, but I'm going to use FedEx from now on. Yeah, John, you're good. You don't have to file an I-129F for the green card application. Raj, how many photos or marriage album can we take? Well, you can take as many pictures as you want. The more the better, right? There's at least 30. Carlos, the I-864 RFE I received from the mail is yellow. Does that mean anything? No, it just means you got an RFE on the 864 and it's on a yellow paper. And you just got to send them the paperwork that they're asking for. That's it. Don't overthink this, okay? It's not the embassy anymore. You're in America, okay? This is in the United States. Doesn't matter. They can put it on blue paper with yellow stars. It doesn't matter. Just respond to what the information is in that paperwork on the RFE. Follow the directions that immigration is asking from you. Abigail Morales. I like that name. Abigail Morales. Hi, Diego. Would like to ask, we just currently got our NVC case number for our K1 and K2. I have 3 K2s with me. My question is, only 1 Manila case number we received. Is it included? Your K2s are derivatives of the K1, so you don't need a separate case number for the K2s. When you filed your I-129F, okay, when you file a K2 is a derivative. A K2 stepson or stepchild, stepdaughter, piggybacks off the back of the K1. So if you file, let's suppose you file a K1 visa application, and then you get your NOA1 letter, then you get your NOA2 letter, and the children's names are not on the NOA1 or the NOA2 letter. Don't have a heart attack. It's normal because the children are derivatives. Okay? They're included, but you don't see their names anywhere until it comes to fill out the DS-160. So you bring, let's suppose you file an I-129F and you include 2 children on there as K2s. When you get to the case number from the MVC, it's not going to include the children, okay? But you're going to file 3 DS-160s. You're going to pay for 3 consular fees. And everybody will go to the visa interview. Okay? The beneficiary and the children go to the visa interview. Then you turn in your passports and you get the K1 passport and then you get the K2s. Then you fly to the United States. Then you get married. And then you file for 3 separate green cards, one for the wife and one each for the children. You got it, Abby? Do you understand what I've just said? You only got one case number. That's okay. You're good. But you got to file how many? You have an K1 with K. I have 3 K2s. So you got 3 children on the K2s. So you got to file 4 DS-160s. Okay? 3 for the child, 1 each for the child, and then 1 for the beneficiary. And the case number is included for the K2s. So you're good. John Labatt, we are at Medical again June 19th. Okay, that's good. Now, when I get this camera, which I've been waiting forever for, it was in such high demand, it was hard to get it. I finally got this camera coming this way. In June, I'm going to start making my videos for my second channel on extraterrestrials called the J-Rod Files. So that's something of interest. I mean, if you're not into aliens and extraterrestrials, then you probably won't be interested in it. But that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've never had the time to do it. I've always been working. I've always been busy. And then for 3 years, I was in Colombia, right, with beautiful Karina. So I couldn't do much there other than hang out, which was fun. It was a good time. But I'm going to start my second channel. And this is your channel. And I'm going to make my channel. Maybe I'll create a YouTube channel for Karina cooking Venezuelan stuff. Abigail Morales. I see. I understand now. The light is shining down on Abby. Thank you for that. God bless. And a Mountain Dew salute to Abby. You are seeing the light because you're hanging out with Diego and Karina. An immigration attorney would have charged you $500 for that 2-minute conversation. But you got it here. And I'm going to put MAGA pixie dust on Abigail Morales' application, and you're good to go. Remember, Abby, when you got the NOA2 letter, there was no names on there of the children. It was only the beneficiary's name. There was only 1 alien registration number. That was for the beneficiary. And you're thinking to yourself, dang, what about the children? They don't have an alien number. They're not on the NOA2 letter. You're good. They're derivatives. They piggyback off the K1. The K1's here, and the children are right here. And you just can't see them. But when it comes to apply for their K2 visas, you have to submit the DS-160s, 1 per child, pay a consulate fee, 1 per child, then a DS-160 for your beneficiary, pay for hers or his DS-1 consulate fee. Remember, there is no charge for the DS-160. It's a free form. John Labatt, everyone, thank you. Have a blessed night. And with that, maybe we'll go. I think it's time for Karina and I to go for our walk around the barrio. And Marvel, well, wait, Marvel's on here. Marvel's a member of the channel. Hello, Diego and Karina and the rest of the family. Marvel, what's going on? I'll hang out a bit. I'll hang out and answer some questions for Marvel, and then I'm going to go for a walk around the neighborhood. I mean, I'm retired now. I can do stuff. I can work in the yard. I can do YouTube channels. Marvel says, I'm good, Diego. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute. I'm happy to hear that. You're just checking in. That's good. Now, right here, let's check in with J-Rod. Now, this is going to be part of the star of my next YouTube channel. J-Rod. There he is. Look at that. Now, he's from the Veda Reticuli star system, which is about 30 light years away from the United States of America. And I don't know if he's going to need a green card to come to America or not. Who knows, right? If we ever make contact with aliens from other planets, is the U.S. government going to process green cards for them, or are they going to just let them in? That's a good question, right? How are we going to document aliens from other planets coming into our country or into the world? Marvel, interview coming up. You're good, Marvel. You are amazing with the paperwork. I took care of it for you, Marvel. I got all this information up here, and I love just to give it to you guys. Harold A. So how do I get the shots? Can I get the list? Here's what you do. You find a civil surgeon where you live in your city. that is authorized by the State Department to give green card medical exams. You pick a doctor, you find that person, and then you ask that civil surgeon what vaccinations are required. Your wife will have to bring her vaccination records to that doctor so he can review it, or she, and say, okay, you got this, you need this, or this. The civil surgeon will tell your wife what vaccinations she needs for her green card. But you got to get them. No vaccinations, no green card. Marvell, we'll chat more offline prior to the interview. We'll do. Marvell, you get the last word. And Karina and I, we're going to go for a walk around the barrier. Karina, she wants to go for a walk. I'm like, let's go check it out. We'll see. Now, if you want to be a member of the channel, don't forget, if you sign up, okay, you get my phone number and email address. Then you can call me like Marvell or whoever, John. You all can text me, call me, and I will personally walk you through the process. See you guys at the next live stream. What's day today? What? Today's Monday. I'll be back Wednesday. But tomorrow I'm going to make a video on how to contact me if you are a member. So there's a brand new video up there for you guys, okay? Got it?